Well, let's go on to the Sunday night football game. Green Bay is going to help open up the new stadium up there for the Minnesota Vikings. And you know what's amazing is they're going from the dome to outdoor stadium.
Yeah.
And, that's going to eventually be a great home field advantage. I can't wait to watch games in the snow and the cold. And I like to see when all that moisture's coming up out of the field and it's like fog. And, that's the way good football should be played. Anyway, last week, first of all, the line opened up at it's right now 3.5. 83% of the money, early money, but that's when a lot of the big shots that take a spot is 83% of the money's on the public and 17%, but it's big bets only. Huge bets on Minnesota coming in, and right now it opened at 3.5, and the line did go down to 2.5. So anytime you see a line open at 3.5 but fall to 2.5, but yet you see 83% of the bets are on Green Bay, that means the big, huge money bets are on the other side. So it looks like the smart guys they grabbed that 3.5 right off the bat and took some of the value away. Aaron Rodgers, he looked, 199 yards last week. When who'd they play last week? They played the Jaguars. My Jags, I got them bet every game this year. I love that team. Anyway, little history. Green Bay, hey, you know what? I always thought that Minnesota played them tough, but I looked up some numbers last night. Green Bay 10-2-1 straight up the last 13 versus Minnesota, and basically this is a straight up type contest. Green Bay 11-3 straight up the last 14 games as a road favorite. Minnesota, Sean Hill, yuck. I don't think he got it on. I think that Sam Bradford is going to be starting. Too early in the week to tell. He's had 2 weeks to get things going. I'm going to be playing the under 45.
All right, I'll take over here. This one's a crazy game to talk about, a division game of magnitude early in the season. If you remember last year, Green Bay beat them on the road, and it was kind of a changeover game for them. A lot of money was on the Vikings. It was after the Packers had a couple of consecutive weeks of poor play. So here people might be thinking this is Green Bay's time to shine. They've got things in line. Aaron Rodgers is healthy. Eddie Lacy looks a little bit fresh. The defense made some big plays against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But at the end of the day, you analyze that Jacksonville Jaguars game, Aaron Rodgers once again had too much pressure on him. He had to rush for a touchdown. He made 2 magnificent throws for touchdowns. Pretty much in-line throw to Jordy Nelson. That Jordy Nelson just got in the right spot, and they had the chemistry to throw that football. And then that throw before halftime by Aaron Rodgers, where he just got crushed and still delivered the ball for a touchdown to Devontae Adams. So I still see too much pressure on Aaron Rodgers in the defense. People are saying it's a better defense. When you're in a division game, defenses get a little bit more graded down, in my opinion, because you can game plan better because you know defense at a higher level. So I think the Minnesota Vikings, basic scheme, basic game plan, whether it's Sean Hill or if it's Sam Bradford, they can come in there with a game plan in line without Teddy Bridgewater. That's safer. Get Adrian Peterson going. Everyone's saying, Adrian Peterson only 31 yards last week. Is this the end of the line, 30-31? I don't think so. I think just like last year, he'll come back with a vengeance this week and showcase in that new dome. Let's not forget, folks, I know we're here in Las Vegas and everybody's amping up this Oakland move. Minnesota, I'm friends with a couple people from Minnesota on Facebook, and that is a sports town. These people go crazy for their teams. So I'm thinking this might be one of the wildest openings for a stadium. I think this crowd's going to be into it. And I think Sean Hill and that defense made 2 defensive touchdowns last week against Marcus Mariota. So that defense is underrated. Adrian Peterson off a bad week, underrated. Home edge with the home fans, a little bit underrated off of those games last year, I think.
I don't think that Adrian Peterson had a bad game. I think what they did was purposely hold him back, waiting for this game. He didn't play. He doesn't play in the preseason. He comes out, and so this is like really his first, get hit type game. So I think they purposely held him back, and they're going to let him just run wild. And as far as Teddy, last year he was ranked 31st in the NFL as a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to get him replaced with another guy that could be a
With a lot of
31
inaccurate balls.
or better, I think Sam Bradford is going to be an upgrade to that quarterback position. Not saying Sean Hill would or would not. I don't have a problem with him, but Sam Bradford, if he gets in there, I think he brings a little bit more than Teddy does. You got to also remember Bradford. He was cut, but he's been wanted by. It's just been injuries and injuries and injuries. This is a really good quarterback, and I think with Adrian Peterson being let loose, and also Zack hit it on the head with the defense. This defense is magnificent. They had 3 turnovers that they created. They had 2 sacks. And they had a couple touchdowns on the defense. And you're going to see that. Remember, this is the black and blue division. I don't care how far back you want to go. It's black and blue. It's gone under the last 3 games. I don't see any change from that, no matter what Zimmer wants to put in there. But under 45. 45 is a great number to go under anyway. So take that. And you took Minnesota plus the 2.5 points. It might go up to 3 by the time you get the chance to bet this. So, and we'll see you all next week.